Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? You already know how we start the show. We let you know about the promo that we offer. $100 promo. Why I say we? Me. $100 to be on all my networks. That's my Twitter, Facebook, YouTube community, Instagram stories, and my Threads account. Just hit me up at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. At Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Listen, and if you want to do an interview as well, at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram, it's a 35-minute interview. What you get is 35 minutes of uninterrupted interview time, promoted the same promo from before. You know, we got thousands of viewers, maximum exposure for you and your brand. Your story, your way. And you see the platforms at the bottom. Also, I need you to hit up that Facebook, man. Doggy Diamonds Facebook. We over 10,000 followers. I hate to say numbers because it seems like when you say numbers, people get upset and they do anything they can to help you lose everything. But let's go. I'm here. Don't forget. Doggie Diamonds did this. Tay Luciano, I see you in the building early. Heritage Hip Hop is in the building. Jane Doe, thank you for them coins. I don't really know what they mean per se, but I appreciate them. And don't forget. Doggie Diamonds did this. Hopefully everybody's having a good time, a great night. I wasn't going to come on today, but I decided to because I can't, let the momentum die, and I can't leave y'all with nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to kick it. The last time I kicked it was a few days ago. Rattled a few chains, but can't nobody do nothing because niggas can't beat me. It's just the realest shit. I love to say that too. I love the fact that I can speak freely, do what I want. I ain't got to worry about no bridges. Niggas gonna have an attitude anyway. If you salute somebody, they gonna have an attitude because they gonna want you to salute them every day. So if you salute them 10 days and don't salute them 11, they gonna have an attitude. So I don't gotta salute nobody. I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm not indebted to nobody. I get to be free, say what I want, do what I want at all times. Disrupting reality. NYC, I see you in the building. Nate Jackson, I see you. Watts is here to hold down the chat. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Carlos Hernandez, I see you. Don't forget. Doggie Diamonds did this. I'm here. Yes. Album ain't out yet. August 23rd. I'm still mixing something. Got a lot of work to do, man. Y'all know I got my little one here with me, so you know what I'm saying? So we're here going all around. You know what I'm saying? I got a guest today though. Wait till y'all see my guest. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready though. I'm ready. Hold on. Let me defog my glasses. Get a little crazy. Doggie Diamonds did this. OTG Frank, what's up, man? I seen your comment earlier. I was happy to see you. You know what I'm saying? Happy to see all my people show up. Happy to see all my people show up. Shout out to my nephew. Just got him some sneakers today. School time where they at. So, we got to make sure the children are straight before we do anything. We make sure they good. We make sure they got their school supplies, they new sneakers, everybody's hair done, haircut. The most important thing, more important than YouTube, social media, any of that. People like to say, I'm for the babies, but don't be for the babies. Now, LA Night is trash. We're going to talk about that one night, though. You know what? OTG Frank going to make me do a whole wrestling show. But I'm not going to keep y'all here long. I was just paying attention to something, and I see a lot of media people in here. I see people with different platforms. I just got a bit of advice to give y'all. Don't get caught up in the terminology of black media. It's very dangerous. It puts a tag on you, and there's no advantage to it. When you get called black media, you get do's and don'ts instead of just media. There's no advantage to being black media. You do not get extra passes, and if you do, there's other people in the space that was around before you that they might reward before you. There is no DEI. There is no affirmative action. You just get a tag on you and you get do's and don'ts. When I first, and I wore this hat and this shirt for a reason too. When I first was coming into the whole media space, there wasn't too many of us. For those who was coming from the DVD, a lot of people didn't make the transition yet. I was the first one to make the transition. And when I made the transition, I was also very heavily into consciousness, as I still am, but I fell back from the consciousness that we knew because it really doesn't exist no more. It's just sometimes, in my opinion, it's just niggas just talking that don't live what they talk. You know, I saw that, so I moved in another way. I was like, yo, if I'm gonna deal with ignorant niggas, I might as well just deal with the rappers. Um, but I came into the culture wanting to deal with issues pertaining to us. Hip hop is ours, but I also wanted to talk about the things that was going on domestically, nationally, and internationally. And just have some people drop, knowledge and drop jewels on y'all. But you see where that went. But I was on some black media shit, the Africa Bambaataa thing. All the black media got together and called him to the floor to explain what's going on, explain the accusations. We had a press conference, black media, where we had a press conference where we wanted him to come out there and explain what's going on so we know how to move forward as far as the defense of him or speaking against him, because we didn't want to speak against him without having the facts. We was like, yo, nah, if he's not wrong, then we're not going to be reporting things. But yo, come out here, holla at us, do a press conference. So nobody, we won't let them get at you. He went to Lisa Evers. And, many people probably deal with Lisa Evers or like Lisa Evers. I mean, when I see Lisa Evers, I'm from New York for real. I really see Lisa Sliwa. I don't see Lisa Evers. I mean, she's been Lisa Evers for a while now, but I think of Lisa Sliwa. I think of the woman with the red beret on her head running around with the guardian angels and Curtis Sliwa. That's what I think first. So I don't think a leopard changed their spots. Just not me. So when I see her, I be like, that's Lisa Sliwa. Because once we get typecast, that's it for us. People see you with somebody, they going, yo, what happened with you and such and such? Where's such and such at? We're not allowed to be individuals anymore. Once they, typecast us like George Jefferson is George Jefferson. Dude name is Sherman Hemsley. He was Deacon Fry for a long time. But niggas be like George Jefferson or Amen. Once we get typecast, that's it. Especially in this media space. But I was thinking about something today. And I watch all interviews. I watch all interviews for the biggest thing about an interview that a lot of people don't know is the timing. The timing of an interview. The key to a good interview is no dead space. The timing is just flowing. Even when the artist or the person don't know the answer, can't have the answer. Every interview I do, somebody say that's a good question. I stump somebody, but even when they have a moment where they don't respond right away, is you as the controller of the interview to fill in the dead space or reword the question, re-ask the question, do whatever you have to do. What I'm doing right now tonight is really for you, future and current interviewers, future and current platform creators. This is for y'all. So when it's dead space, it messes up the flow. Especially if it's one-on-one. I do a lot of one-on-one interviews. I don't do group interviews. I don't have nobody with me. It's me. So I watch a lot of interviews. And I've been watching a lot lately But I've been watching interviews that from people that don't look like us. And I'm not talking about the typical Vlad and Adam and bootleg Kev. We pretty much know what they're going to do, but they do get free reigns to say what they want. I started watching like podcasters and different people that I don't know. And I realized, yo, they can ask artists whatever they want, and artists answer. They can ask. I seen an interviewer ask a dude how they got a scar on their face. And I was like, damn, picture me asking somebody, yo, how you got that scar on your face? Could you picture yourself? Let's take me out of the equation. Picture you doing an interview with somebody that been in prison or been in the street, and you ask them, how did you get the scar on your face? And you look like me or darker, or you from where we from. Could you imagine what the hell they would say to you if you asked somebody how they get a scar on their face? And I was tripping because that's the dude how he got the scar on his face, and he answered. I was like, oh shit. I can't ask nobody that because I'm supposed to know better, right? So when you look like us and you where we from, it's just do's and don'ts that we're supposed to know better because we street niggas. But everybody else get to play and cosplay a street nigga. But when it come to a line of questioning, they don't have to do it like a street nigga. They could come in there, they could have a baseball cap on, they could have some jewelry, they could have whatever, but they're not where we're from, so they get free reign, right? Now look, imagine you get interviewed by this guy over here. He gonna ask whatever he want. And I don't know something about, is it something with them that they hold some type of truth serum? Or when we sit before them? Now, when I say we, I'm just saying us as a collective of people, because not me. But when we sit before them, it's like a therapy session that like it almost turns into like some psychological shit that they do, and they can ask you shit, and niggas be like, yo, yeah, nah, I caught my grandmother in the back smoking crack. But if I ask something, it's offensive. And I'm tripping because, yo, I'm from where you from. Anything I ask is not to clown, not to down you. It's always to educate the people who don't know where we from, or people who have the same experience. But I realize when they sit in front of these guys, they just spill the beans. Dudes can ask them about their prison time. They can ask them whatever. Ask them, they will answer everything. But they'll look at me and say, yo, what are you asking me? Nah, I ain't, yo, you wilding right now. And I done seen them answer people that look like this. And it's just crazy to me because people who look like this historically have always been the ops in the line of questioning. Whether it's the interrogation room, whether it's the early reporters. They've never did anything pro us in their line of questioning. That's why people never really liked the press. But now we have them in our space, which is hip hop, which happens to be street, and niggas tell them everything. And I'm just wondering if y'all see what I see. I can't ask a nigga how he got a scar on his face. I can't, do you know that it's offensive to ask somebody what they was in jail for? Did you know that? You can't even ask, yo, what you was locked up for? Nigga be like, none of your business. You can't ask niggas what they was locked up for. You can't ask them how many time they did. You can't ask them, did they have a rough bid? You can't ask them, was people looking out for them? It's just certain things that you can't ask them because you're supposed to know better because you from the urban community. But when they sit before these guys, they can ask them whatever. And I be tripping like, damn. And that doesn't mean that it's not a good interview. That means it's a great interview. And I feel like I'm learning things about said people that I would want to ask them too. And not that I can't ask them, but I'm supposed to know better. And the funny thing about it is that I can't ask people certain things, but nobody has ever gotten locked up from anything that I've ever done. And these guys, they've given over tapes. They've been questioned about interviews. Their interviews have been used for references. And niggas still do it. Niggas still do it. I seen some clowns on a post, on a former post, when I was having an issue with somebody, which all those posts, I was about to say posters, all them posts since have been removed. But I seen people in the comments, because I don't like to read comments in spaces where I know that nobody's going to be truthful. Everybody's going to be biased, right? I don't read those comments because nobody's going to tell the truth. And the truth don't have feelings. See, that's one thing that we get. We think we could say how we feel, and that's the truth. That's just how you feel. Shit, I could feel fucking cold right now, but it can be 93 degrees. Is it that I'm cold or I'm anemic? Somebody could be burning up. But according to the temperature, it's not cold. Feelings and the truth do not occupy the same space. Just because you feel a certain way, that don't mean it's the truth. So anytime I speak to somebody and they say, but I just feel like, well, there goes disqualify your statement because you in your feelings. Most niggas be in their feelings. The truth don't have no feelings. The truth don't have no feelings. So if people say, yo, somebody say to you, yo, bro, remember back in the day? See, I'm a little older. I'm not as old as some people think I am. I'm probably as old as the same age as your favorite rapper, not Jay-Z old, but when you start talking about Jadakiss and 50 and them, we all the same age. But niggas that say I'm old, but don't call them old, their ways and actions is celebrated. But niggas that say, you old, I'm younger than them niggas. But that's not the point. It was a particular time where I might have these glasses. And I put these glasses on and I say, yo, these me? A nigga be like, nah, them glasses ain't you, my nigga. Like, yo, why? First of all, that's not feelings, that's truth. But now when you tell people the truth, they get in their feelings because they think you told the truth behind feelings. No, the truth is the fucking truth. I didn't tell you that because nigga just hating. Hate is a feeling. Hate is an emotion. There is no emotions in truth. Yo, my nigga, your breath stink. That's not, I don't feel no way about saying that shit. I try to have a little bedside manner. I try to have a little hoot with it, but the truth is the truth. But nowadays, when you say the truth, niggas be putting feelings with it. Sometimes the truth can be subjective depending on what we're talking about. But what I'm saying is that these guys got free range to do and say what they want, run amok into our culture, That's why they'll have 600,000, 700,000 subscribers and everybody will tune in. Because not only do they got their people, they got our people. And their people will not look at us unless we're performing, shucking and jiving and dancing, laughing, singing, setting ourselves on fire, doing all types of shit. That's the only way they look at us and rock with us. If you are not entertaining in the sense of you're a jackass, that's it. I've actually had people come in the chat, come on the comments and say, this nigga think he know everything. I've had a nigga living with me that was ass out, telling me I think I know everything. I don't know everything. I know what I know, and what I know works for me. What you know, if it worked for you, fine, but you're not going to tell me what works for you was going to work for me. That's still a nigga in his feelings, because niggas do, I know stuff. I know. You ever notice when you speak to somebody, it gets into a battle of who knows what, who knows best. But everybody knows a lot of shit and knows best, but don't do best. There's no results for what you know. So if what you know don't change your life, then you don't know shit. Because that's the first thing. When you know stuff, you're going to apply it. Application is the biggest thing in knowing anything. If you know that if you run the water in the tub and you put the stopper in it, the water's going to overflow. That's it. You know that. If you let the water run, you don't know it's going to overflow. But a lot of people always want to say what they know or what they think. No, take what you think and what you know and apply it to you. Apply it to yourself. And see the results you yield, because these dudes be having dudes sitting down doing a whole therapy session. A whole therapy session. I got one interview that's similar to that. It's the interview that I did with Chris Rivers. But I think Nia Lee, Chris Rivers, it's people that I've known for a while who have spoken open and freely. This ain't really for me, because I could get people to speak freely and open, but I still have to watch my line of questioning, right? But it's something about us when we sit around us, we don't trust us. We think we being set up. And if I got to sit down with somebody that I don't trust, I'm not sitting down with you. But being that we're seeing so many paid interviews, that's why you're seeing what you're seeing now, because a lot of people are getting paid. So it's not that they're doing the interview because they want to do the interview. They're doing the interview because they got paid. It's just what it is. So that's why you keep seeing the same people on this platform, because they're getting paid. Get your money. Get your money. But you have certain platforms that are not going to go against certain people. You got certain platforms that are not going to speak against certain people. They're not going to speak against what's right. What's wrong. They're not going to speak on what's right. And so it's like if you watch MSNBC, you know that that's a Democratic platform. If you watch Fox, you know that's a Republican platform. It's the same way with in our space now, because dudes will look at me and say they don't trust me, right? Or based off of rumor, gossip, or just downright bullshit. They say they don't trust me, but they trust somebody that look like this. When somebody that look like this historically has been the one who did the most to you covertly. Doggie Diamonds will tell you, I don't like you. I think you a bitch. I think you corny. I will fuck you up. I will say that if I feel like that. There's no power in that. That's just what I said. Feelings. There's nothing I can do to stop you in what you're doing. Somebody like this, will be a little bit more connected and respected and put in a bad word for you and affect your bottom line. But this is who you would trust. And you would look at me and say, I don't trust niggas. Can't trust these niggas. But you trust him. Now, my 25 years of doing this, I've never had nobody come get no take from me for some police shit. Honestly, as you've seen even recently, shit that could get real crazy. I'm not putting shit like that out, especially if it's not my content. If it's an interview that I done and it's something that could get somebody in trouble with the authorities, I don't want nothing to do with that. That's just not what I do. But I can't though. See, I'm supposed to be able to do what I want as media. I'm supposed to, freedom of the press, I'm supposed to be able to do what I want, say what I want, all of that. I seen the comments, niggas recording phone calls now. I ain't never record a person in my life. I've got past recordings, but I've never recorded anybody, ever. I've never been in no precinct. I don't even know. I ain't gonna say that because it's gonna sound like I'm really on some black power. But I'm just saying, I don't even know certain kinds of people. They're not in my circle. They're not in my phone. They're not in my proximity. And I be finding it ironic that when I look at certain people, they around nothing but white boys. This is the truth. But they'll look at me and us and say, can't trust that nigga. But you trust them though? They the ones who still publishing, still songs, still beats, still yo ass. You get what I'm saying? But they'll look, you can't, nah, that nigga be on bullshit. And they don't. And they don't. So I just had that on my mind today because I'm like, you know what? Moving forward, how I want to do what I want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not really interested in what you was locked up for. I'm not really interested in how you got that scar. I'm not really interested in who shot you. Because niggas be, I'm telling you, niggas be asking motherfuckers, so who, do you know who shot you? See, I'm not allowed to I'm not allowed to ask that. I'm supposed to know better. I've had certain platforms reach out to me and want to do interviews with me. Now, I'm a very hard interview to do because you can't trick me, right? You can't trick me. You can't trip me up. You can't ask me something because I'm not stupid, right? And I think sometimes when certain people sit before us, they think we're stupid. So they might give you some liquor. They might give you some reefer to roll up. You can't do that with me. Because me, when I'm sitting before somebody, now we're at the battle of wits. Who's the most witty? Who's the most sharpest? Who's the sharpest? Ain't too many people gonna win that. But when I look and I see other people that's not from our culture, I be like, well, what the hell is he gonna ask me? And then I've looked at the things that they ask people. I was like, wow, that nigga answered that? Interesting. But we're not allowed to do that because we should know better. We should know based off of this unwritten rule, a niggonometry, a niggerism. Yo, don't ask niggas that. Yo, come on, you asking cop questions. Rest in peace to Gonzo. Go look at the Gonzo interview. I asked him something. He was like, come on, man. He didn't get mad, but he was like, yo, don't ask me that because, yo, they got gang injunctions and all of this. Nigga, ain't you a gang member? Fuck you want me to do? I'm just asking based off of, I'm asking for clarity, but he told me, come on, Doggie Diamonds, they still got gang injunctions. I don't know, nigga. I'm not a fucking gang member and I'm not from the West Coast. So I don't know how y'all politic. But when you look like us, you automatically street. You just automatically street. You better not ask certain shit. You ask certain shit. Yo, this nigga was asking me a bunch of questions. So, and then, yeah. And then No Face said the realest thing. A lot of phony people never ask people about their music. And I seen an interview where a motherfucker asked a nigga about his music, and that nigga was like this. Nigga ain't even know about his own music. And I think we should even clear this is gonna sound crazy. Maybe I'll do it in a different voice.
Maybe this voice.
Nah, I'm gonna do it in my voice.
Maybe this voice. Maybe this voice.
Maybe this voice.
Maybe this voice.
Nah, I'm gonna do it in my voice. I think we should clear the names of people like Vlad and other people. Because I at one point, I didn't understand it. I'm like, yo, fuck you asking them that for? Well, people ask you whatever they want to ask you. It's on you to answer, right? So at the end of the day, if somebody asks you something, you know you don't have to answer, right? And I said, like I said before, how do you lie to your girl, but then go tell the truth to Vlad? And then the nigga gave you a little $25, a little 3 racks or 1,500. And you said some shit you ain't had no business saying for $1,500. What would you do for a Klondike bar? If you said something that could jeopardize your safety and your freedom for $1,500 or $2,000, there is no dollar amount. So I can't blame him. I gotta blame you for taking short change, taking the long money, and then you saying what you felt like you need to say, because a lot of people say shit because they want to go viral. I always refer back to the Casanova interview with Vlad. And when he sat there and he was like, yo, I stabbed 12 niggas in jail. And I was like, okay, that's cool, probably did. Like we don't think you ass, bro. We don't look at you as no slouch. You didn't have to say that. And then when the RICO hits, and then you're asking for leniency, they just go to the tape. And it's called your character. Now, if tomorrow or the day after you hear that I got bagged for punching somebody in their face, there's a probability. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's just real. Now, if you hear I was streaking somewhere or something, that's cap. But again, what your character, with who you portray who you are, when somebody say you that, don't say, I'm not that. That was for the internet. No, because niggas believe everything they see. Even if it's a lie, they still gonna believe it, because people, reality is based off of perception, not what they really know anyway. People go over what they think, not what they know. A motherfucker could know something and be like, I think that, yo. But to my people, you do media? Do you? If you're ever in a situation where you have an artist in front of you and you ask them what you want to ask them. If you want to know, ask it. It's their job not to answer. If they tell you, oh, there's some police shit and all that in the interview, guess what? Guess what? You're going to go viral anyway. As long as they don't get on no bullshit and be like, erase that footage and no wild shit, because ain't nobody going to do that to me anyway. But I'm just saying, if it happened to you, listen, if you do a stream, listen. Can't nobody hear us. Because you know when you giving out information, the chat going to be low. When you talking about some sensationalized nigga shit, they all going to be here. But listen to me. Ask what you want to ask, right? Don't make it salacious where you're trolling. But ask what you want to ask, especially if it's information that you think you and the audience can benefit from. Right? If they get mad in the interview, you're going to go viral anyway. Can't lose. Now I found out certain platforms make dudes sign waivers. Why you think all of their footage come out? Me not knowing the game, me just thinking I'm keeping it real with the bros. I never put waivers in front of people. A waiver is, yo, we're doing this interview. Sign this piece of paper saying that I have the right to your likeness, your name, and your image, and I can do what I please with it for media purposes. All of these dudes sign that. Me, I never did that, because picture me saying, yo, sign this. What's this, a waiver? Nigga gonna look at me like, see what I'm saying? These other dudes sign waivers, I'm telling you. So that's why I've always had footage that I couldn't put out. Or when I put it out, niggas striking my YouTube, niggas doing all kinds of shit. But when it come to other dudes, they like, nah, sign this. And dudes would gladly put their John Hancock on the screen, on a piece of paper. Just being real with y'all. So this is a lesson that I'm learning in real time with y'all. I covered this before a little bit, but it's real now. Because there's some people that even refuse to, well, I can't really, you know what? I'm gonna put myself in that, because I haven't really encountered that. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I don't really ask for interviews. All my interviews been kind of like a collaboration. You know, people reaching out to me, people's people reaching out to me, or me knowing some people, but nobody can say that I DM them and said, yo, bro, can I get an interview? Nah, we don't do that. Because if anything ever goes wrong with a person, like remember that time, Umar, when we was saying shit back and forth to each other, he's like, he was following me around for an interview. You was a motherfucking liar. You was out there for Dolo at 10, 10, 15. It was all peace and love. You know, and that's, and look, now think how the irony of me bringing that up, right? You know why my issue started with him and Polite? Because early on, they used to do interviews with us, right? With the so-called Black conscious people. This is before they was on some money shit and getting paid. And it's not his fault, so don't think I'm blaming him. Do you see how sedated niggas be when they sit before Vlad? You ain't never noticed that? Go back and look at them interviews. Niggas be almost sedated. And I'm like, damn, they just fucking enamored to sit before this dude. And let me let y'all in another secret. A lot of times he wasn't even in the room. They was looking at a screen. But that's another subject. A lot of times he wasn't even physically there. They was looking at a screen. And he was questioning them through a screen. They had fire audio, though. I give him that. The audio was fire. So you might have thought he was standing there, but then you might have seen sometime that they didn't have a focal point because they wasn't looking at a person. They was looking at a screen. Anyway. But you ever notice how sedated they was when they sat before him? They almost like, yes, sir, no, sir. And my thing was, how come when y'all get on certain platforms, you show the human side of yourself and you get humanized, but when you sit before me, you want to be a nigga. And in being this nigga, which I'm going to allow you to be because that's who you are, certain things that we do cannot get monetized because of your language, because of your behavior, or certain words that you might have used that this thing is going to pick up. I want that dude who could sit there and act civilized. I want to sit there and talk to the dude that's going to be civilized too. We could talk for an hour and we don't have to use no foul language. The children could watch us. The elderly can watch us. Nobody will be offended. And we could be kicking it, telling the truth, still using our slang, using everything. But we don't have to use certain words. That was my gripe. That's what I said about them. Right? Because there's certain things that's no when it comes to conversations. And this, listen, how my brain work, man, damn. It's like the matrix lines coming down, like binary code. That's how my brain is. Because I just said today, damn, I got a lot of interviews with dudes dropping some heavy jewels. But I don't even know if the general public even want that anymore. I got Nuri Muhammad, I got Wesley Muhammad, I got Fly Ty. Just jewels about life, the industry, like jewels that you like, wow. Not gossip shit, not, oh, yo, such and such knocked this person out. No, just shit. And I'm like, is there any room for this anymore? Is this is the culture gone? Is this gone from the culture? I had to really question that. I had to really like, yo, hold on. What the hell is going on? Do the culture want that anymore? I'm not really sure. All I can really do is put it out. But again, I like my art. And I put my art out and I be wanting my art to be received because there's something in it for you. But something, I had to say to myself, like I told y'all the other day, I was like, yo, some shit ain't for everybody. Shout out to my bro, God of Kings. He texted me today. And he said, damn, you interviewed Special like 38 years ago and you mentioned something about Jadakiss. I said, I did? He said, yeah. He gave me the timestamp. I was like, damn, I didn't even know that. Like, yo, you be ahead of the curve of a lot of shit. But again, I don't have the bells and whistles. I'm not performative. I just don't. I'm just me, And again, when you see a man that, because there's a difference between being controlled and out of control, right? I don't think I've ever been out of control, but I damn sure can't be controlled. I'm not out of control, but I can't be controlled. You get what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me see something if I can. I'm gonna show y'all some of the stuff that I got. Cause I just think it's I just think it's real important. And I'm telling y'all, I wanna deliver on certain things that
Variable money answer
that I just think it's important. And look at the irony. I'm telling you, the universe is perfect. I got on the same hat.
all things. You didn't hear that.
Say it again.
Answer up. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that money is everything, Diamonds, but it is right up there with oxygen.
Got you. So, Black Love. You got some literature out there.
Yes.
So I got things like this. The audio is perfect. Don't worry about it. The audio is good. That's just the roomy, but we have good audio. But I'm just saying, I got things like that. that I want to give y'all. But it's so much dirty water being drank. I think introducing clean water get met with resistance at this time, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this nigga trying to bring clean water. Because when everybody's drinking dirty water, what the hell is clean water? So what I'm saying, when I come with these interviews in the next few days, they're going to be all educational, all just jewel dropping information. I need that reception, man. Like I need that reception. I need to know that it's still room for that because, I'm going to ask real questions. Ain't no fluff, ain't no weird shit, ain't none of that. It's all building. And I miss that from our culture because everybody's interviewing each other. All the rappers, I'm told y'all before, again, I have foresight. All the dudes with podcasts are just interviewing each other, just rotating the spaces. Nothing new is being introduced to the culture. It's just rotating the spaces. So I definitely need to take time and introduce something that I think is needed. Let's go.
Hiding.
I'm not
You're not hiding, and they can ask you, and you could give them, clarity on many things because, like he said, this is an 85-year-old, grown ass man.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot that I could really, I need to go there. I want to bring y'all interview as well, teaching more about the music industry that I think that I didn't know, right? Like I did interview somebody recently, and they was telling me about the structure of the entertainment business. And I was like, huh? I never knew that. So I learned something. So that had a lot to do with my release date of my project because I was able to learn something that I was like, whoa. Been doing it wrong. I want to bring y'all that. So again, I'm gonna need y'all to like, I'm gonna need y'all to comment, I'm gonna need y'all to share. Share these on your favorite. If you got social media, just share it. Share it on, just when you go down in the thing, when you leave a comment, just hit the share button. When you hit the share button, it goes to your platforms as too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even care if you take a portion of something that I said. You don't have to put it on your YouTube, but if you put it on your Instagram, you could tag. If you put it in your Instagram stories, you tag me, I'm definitely going to repost you. This is not a thing over here. Now, you can't put it on your YouTube. You can't do that. But you can. Have I interviewed Joe Budden? Absolutely. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I've interviewed everybody who has a podcast, first and foremost. I've interviewed everybody. See, you have to remember, everybody had rap dreams. And they had to sit down with me at one point because of where I was at. Hold on. Don't laugh at my tabs. Yeah.
Ringtone music is not what they want to hear, and it'll be, in 2 or 3 years from now, when the ringtone music is not what they want to hear, and it'll be, God forbid, let's say a country singer comes out with a rap song, and that should sell about 6 million.
See, he foretold Lil Nas X. But yeah, I've interviewed everybody. I've interviewed, you name them. Let's rap about it. Jim Jones, Mano, Fabulous, Dave East, Gilly, Nori, Tony Ayo, Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder used to be in my crib every day. That's all the people with a podcast. Rain, Direct. Every damn body. You name them, I've interviewed them. It's Benzino. I seen Benzino and Kim Osario have a podcast together, which is dope because they've been ops for so long. I interview both of them. I just put a Benzino interview up recently. I've interviewed everybody. You name them, I've interviewed them. This is my 25th year, so it's just, I've interviewed everybody. But I'm not gonna hold you. When interviews became like the focal point of media, I never interviewed 50 Cent. I've interviewed DJ Premier and I never put it out. In this tape right here says Jay-Z, and I don't know what's on this tape. So we've always taped either people we filmed or interviewed. So I gotta look at this tape because this tape says Jay-Z. I'm interested in seeing what's on there. So I gotta do all that, but I'll get to that. My podcast is on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. Also, me and Tad finally did it. We started our podcast, the Family, Friends, and Foes podcast. A lot of people like when me and Tad do our content. It's on the Interlude TV. This is out too. I'll put this in the chat right now. There you go. That's the Family, Friends, and Foes podcast. We did episode 1. Episode 2 will be done tomorrow. We'll be live streaming tomorrow. But I got a lot. But I'm just, oh shit, I've got the wrong screen on. Y'all can see the back end. My bad. But I don't mind showing y'all that anyway. But I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to see that. You've seen about 65 to 70% of the interviews. Then you could go, then make sure you go to Forbes DVD channel too. I got a lot on there. I got a lot on the Interlude TV. I got thousands of interviews. And then I found interviews that are on the internet, but they're not on YouTube yet. So yeah. I just got a lot. And again, I'm balancing a lot right now, so y'all gotta forgive me. But before I go, I'm just saying to y'all, if you have a show, you have a podcast, there is no off-limits questions because you're Black. Bottom line. I should have just said that and just feel like, all right, thank you for coming. God bless you. Good night. Yeah, there's no off-limit questions because you're Black. Yeah. Also, listen, man. I need y'all on this Facebook, man. This Facebook is going up. Zuri is gassed because I put a interview up of her. She at 25,000. I mean, not an interview, but it's like an interview. I put her playing the piano. Let me tell y'all something, man. She told me don't show her to y'all no more. She thinks she runs stuff, but she's little. She don't run anything. Uh-oh. I'm live. What do you want? You can hear me talking smack about you. But yo, it happens sometimes. You telling me don't show you to the people no more. But you came on the camera the other day. They already showed you. They already saw you. Well, hey. Let's see how many views you got right now. I don't care if they see you. They know who you are. You got all of that madness on your... Look at this.
I don't have madness.
You got pimple things on your face. You're a tween. All right.
It happens.
Nah, I don't.
All right, how many views?
You're at, right now, you're at
25.5. Dang.
I'm about to say, I thought you was about to say the other word with the D. I'm about to say, whoa, whoa, whoa.
No.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay.
Buy
What you mean by social media? Get out of here. Anyway. So yeah, this is what I gotta deal with. This is what I've been dealing with. Like I said, nothing more important than her right now. The kids is the most important part. You know, as they grow, they gotta have fun. That's what I do it for. I do it for them. But she thinks she the boss or something like that. She's absolutely not. But yo, I gotta go. I'll holler at y'all. She's hilarious. I'll holler at y'all later on, man. Yeah, she's she knows. Yo, listen, I got video of her playing the drum machines at 2. She been going to Guitar Center with me since she was 2. Like, so when y'all see me on this production thing, she's been doing this since she was 2 years old, playing the piano, hitting the drum machine. I promise you, I got a video with her that I'm gonna put up. And, you know, she just, you know, always been, you know, like I said, this is the best part of us. She already, listen, doing a podcast, she already, yo, genes and DNA is crazy. Because not only sometimes do they look like you, they'll have your characteristics and you can see yourself in them. And you be like, oh, I know where you get that from. It's in your DNA. So yeah, it's just funny to see a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Not only do they look like you, they act like you and they do things and you be like, yo, where you? Oh, I know why you do that. So yeah, since she was 2 years old, I had her with me, you know, playing hold on, let me show y'all. I could show y'all really quick. That's why I need y'all on that Facebook. She's a little. Hold on. This is a Guitar Center. That's what you want to show me?
There's more.
All right, I'm out of here. So, since she was little, I used to take her and just let her bang on the piano till she learned how to play it. It's crazy. So yeah, and then I got stuff for her on the drum machines and everything. Yo, it's hilarious stuff like that. But when you see your clone, it's just crazy. Then I look, she had the same headphones walking around with them on. I'm like, yo, where you get that from? Anybody know me? I always got headphones on. But you know, like I said, this is what I do it for. It's the best part of us. Is that. So when people be like, that nigga's always mad. This nigga. No, I just don't like y'all bitch ass niggas. Everybody else is cool. But the bitch ass niggas, yup, I don't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Facebook page is Doggie Diamonds Facebook. So yo, man. Yeah, see, she playing that song, right? Zuri, you did try to trick me too. Because you told me you made that song up, and that's the third person who said you playing something familiar. The other one is what you made up. Oh. Whatever. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, she was like, I made this up. But no, she did play too. I didn't play the other one. All right, y'all. Till next time, man. I'm out here. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for hitting like. Thank y'all for everything. So y'all see what I'm dealing with. Until next time, I appreciate y'all. I think we gonna go see Spider-Man tomorrow. Yeah, we gonna go see Spider-Man, and we gonna go to this Chinese buffet, and you know. Anyway, we here. But she gotta I'm getting her, she getting her YouTube together, everything. You know, like I said, we passed, it's in their DNA already, but we gotta make sure we harness everything, you know? So until next time, I appreciate y'all for joining me tonight. Don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
appreciate y'all, man. Words can't express my appreciation.